What is going on, you guys? Alright, I am back with another movie review. And this one I've been waiting to do all year long. But I just couldn't decide when to actually do it. And this is one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. And thank the Lord it's on Paramount Plus. Yay! Anyway, so here's my review of The Longest Yard. Let's get right into it. Adam Sandler plays the main character, Paul Crewe. Now, he was a famous football player, but he was banned from the NFL for point shaving, which is basically a fancy way to say that he threw a game on purpose to get some money. And he was banned from the NFL, and he's basically a very big disgrace. He has this girlfriend played by Courtney Cox in the beginning, and he gets drunk while watching a football game while she's literally throwing a big ass party, and she tries to tell him, if you don't go downstairs and put on this Donald Duck outfit, I swear that I will kick you out of my bed, out of my house, and out of my life. And he basically tricks her into going into the closet and locking her in, and then he drives her car and then gets pulled over because she gets out and calls the police and says, hey, he stole my car. After he's in this, police chase, it's televised, and she calls her car, calling him. And she's like, don't you get another scratch on my car, because I can see what you're doing, jackass. He purposefully causes a massive car crash where like 5 or 6 different police cars crash into that vehicle, and miraculously he can stand up and do this.
Carolina, I think we should start seeing other people.
Do you know if your roommate is available? Then he gets arrested, and because of him point shaving, he was on probation, and he gets sentenced to prison, and he has 3 years in the penitentiary to serve. And that is when the plot thickens, because when he goes to the penitentiary in Texas, that's when the movie kicks up. He is asked to coach a football team. And so it's the football game that he's preparing for is the guards versus the inmates. And so he has to put together a team of inmates. But people knowing what he did, they don't want to be around him. And the one person that's actually wanting to help him is this character named Caretaker, played by Chris Rock.
Just show up at the treehouse, you big dumb bitch.
Keep my name out ya. Anyway, moving forward, Caretaker basically becomes his best friend. After a few people join the team, it doesn't look very well. And Caretaker, being Chris Rock, he's just like, well, if you really, really want your team to win, you gotta have some black guys. That's pretty much what he says. You need some black guys. They have one black guy, but he's easily one of the strongest members of the team. But it's just one guy. So he goes to this group of black guys playing, basketball. He challenges the leader of that gang to a game of basketball, and he loses. But but this one character named Megget, yes, that's his name, Megget, decides to join. And he's easily the fastest member of the team. And after an incident in the library where Megget is racially harassed by these 3 guards, all of a sudden the guys that he was rocking with before join the football team, and they get incredibly good, easily. Then, leading up to the big game, Caretaker and Paul had this really heartwarming moment.
Who taught you to be so cool?
My mama. Now, when I get out of here, I don't want you to get all Hollywood on us. I want you to meet her.
Yeah. Yeah. In a movie about football playing meatheads, it's nice to have a nice warm moment like this. And the next day, the very last practice before the game, and everyone is all excited, they're pumped for the game. And there's this one inmate that I swear is, I'm just going to refer to him as the meth head, because that's what he looks like to me. He's a freaking meth head to me. And he was feeding the guards information like, oh, they know what y'all did the last time y'all played. They saw this footage. They did. Oh, I can't stand this guy. He's a pyromaniac, and he rigs Paul's radio to basically explode and kill him. It's intended for Paul, but it kills Caretaker because he drops off a gift for Paul in his cell and tries to change the radio station, and it catches on fire, and the whole team is forced to watch Caretaker die in front of them, and they bury him that same day, and then have to go play football the next day. Then they go to the football game, and they have a name because Caretaker had he did something to get them jerseys, a color scheme, and a name. Mean Machine. And after the first half, Paul is confronted by the warden saying, you know, this inmate that was arrested, all of a sudden he's saying he had an accomplice. Basically saying, if you don't throw this football game, I will pin Caretaker's death on you. I know you didn't do it, but I'm going to say that you did. Oh, he's such a piece of shit. Then, at first, Paul goes with it because he doesn't want to spend an extra 25 years in prison, but decides, you know what? If this one guy that he bonded with can last 40 years or however long he was in prison, then I can make it. So he gets the team together and says, look guys, this is what's going on. That game before, when I was accused of point shaving, I'm guilty. I'm not going to make that mistake again. And they crush it. And there's this one character that literally his character introduction, when you first see him, just proves how awesome this guy is. Yeah.
I'm not asking to play. I'll coach. I'm Nate Scarborough.
Burt Reynolds! I love Burt Reynolds. And at one point, he actually gets into the game. And while he does get injured because of it, it helps Mean Machine win the game.
Easy, easy. You still alive, old man?
Never felt better in my life.
I guess he really can't keep a good dog down. For those of you who don't know, that was a reference to All Dogs Go to Heaven. So hush. Then, literally the last time you see Paul on screen, he goes to grab the game ball, and they think he's trying to escape.
He's escaping. Officer, shoot that man!
Please, please, don't let him make Jack and Jill. No, he can't do it. And Paul basically sticks it to the warden and says, just put this in the trophy case. And then the character played by Goldberg and this other character dunk the Gatorade on the warden. Warden says, that'll cost you a week in the hot box. Goldberg says, "Who gives a shit?" And the movie ends. Well, that's it is such a good movie. I definitely recommend it. So, Paul in this version, because this actually is a remake of a movie from the 70s, I believe. From the 70s, where Burt Reynolds was the Adam Sandler character in the original. Now, Paul in this version, it's just Adam Sandler being Adam Sandler. Caretaker is Chris Rock being Chris Rock. Nellie, in other words, Megget, there's no reason for him to be in this movie other than the library scene. Other than that, there's no reason for him to be here. So the characters pretty much are the actors just being themselves and having fun. Enough said. Alright, so what I didn't like is they killed off Caretaker. I mean, they kind of hinted that they were going to do it because of that nice moment with him and Paul. But still, I liked Caretaker. And I like the characters. It's just I'm annoyed that it's just the actors playing themselves, pretty much. And Nellie is basically useless other than the library scene. Moving on. Okay, so my final thoughts are this movie is awesome, and I definitely recommend it because, as I said before, this is one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies, and I honestly first saw this movie when I was in 8th grade, and it was my go-to movie at the end of the week, and I saw it so many times, and I laughed, and it really brings me back to that because that was a great year for me, personally. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Until next time, stay positive and stay awesome, everyone. See ya.